Hey, I'm Diane Prince, and you might be here because you're worried about leads ghosting you. Okay, and who am I? I built a business that I sold for $28 million. It was a staffing business, and I sold it to a public company. And now I help staffing agency owners and other small business owners to build. And we're going to talk about today leads and ghosting. Okay, so one thing I hear a lot is they ghosted me, or I reached out. Okay, if I'm talking to my team or other people or clients, I also do business coaching. So clients will say to me, like, it's not working. Okay, they're trying some kind of sales process and they say it's not working. Okay, so here's the thing. I'll give you an example. We had one candidate who took a job through another recruiting agency, not ours, and we wanted to get the business. And the new company that he went to because they weren't a client of ours. And it was a recruiter on my team who I was managing, and um, she was uncomfortable. She was afraid of following up. She was afraid that she was going to be annoying. And then we worked together on it, and we consistently followed up. Because the thing is, if you like reach out once, that it doesn't work. I mean, sometimes it does, but it's pretty rare. Okay, so we finally, after the fifth outreach, we got this client, and it's part of it is it's persistence. If you think about it, most people are, if you're not used to sales, people feel like they're bugging you or they feel like they're bugging people. Okay, get that off your mind, because what you're doing is you're ghosting them. Okay, what you're doing, if you stop following up with leads, you are ghosting them. Okay, even if they haven't replied to you, just treat it like that, like you are ghosting them. Okay, because if you think about it, when salespeople are contacting you, sometimes, I'm guessing, if you're anything like me, or I think most humans, well, sometimes you'll get a sales call, you'll be on a call, it's just not the right time, or you're just busy, but then you're kind of counting on that person to get back to you because you might be interested in working with them, but you're just not at this precise time. Okay, and then what happens to me sometimes is then I'll be trying to remember who that person is, but where are they? Like, I can't find them, so I'll find somebody else to do the same thing for that solution, because I'll be like, oh yeah, like I talked to that person who does whatever. If it's like YouTube, that person writes great YouTube descriptions, just for an example. Okay, so say I talk to somebody who's selling me on their YouTube descriptions, and at that time I don't need them or I'm too busy. Okay, I'm going to count on them to keep on following up with me. I'm just going to know, like, I want to know they're there, they're in the background. I know where they are when I need them. Okay, otherwise, when that time comes, I'm going to be Googling YouTube description people, and or my virtual assistants will be, and finding other people. We're going to find other solutions. Okay, so today, we're going to talk about a daily process that drives results and builds client trust. You want to build trust even before people become a client. So ghosting can happen when there's no system, when you're just random and doing random outreach. Now, I'm guilty of random outreach a lot, but I also have virtual assistants who back me up so that when I do my random outreach, now I know that it's not just going out there in nowhere land. I know that my virtual assistants will also to help me follow up with my leads, okay, because it makes a giant difference. If most sales calls, most clients get, this is from a HubSpot blog statistic. If you're ever interested, Google HubSpot sales statistics. It's super interesting. Most sales calls, most people get 4 no's before they get a yes with one client, and most salespeople give up on the first call. Okay, I once got a client on the 23rd time that I emailed her, and usually what I get is thanks for your persistence. Okay, instead of just, you know, people, when you're persistent and consistent, you're showing people how you're going to show up when you work with them. Okay, so think about it that way, is that you're building a relationship. Even if this person is not replying to you, you're building a relationship. They're still seeing your name. They're still getting, you're kind of getting in their head. They still kind of see what you do. Okay, so you are building a relationship, even though it might seem one-sided. Don't be that weird person that sends like one email or 2 emails and then goes away, because no one's going to be able to find you when they really need you. People will forget you even if they like you. Like, there was one guy that I really wanted to work with, and he was some kind of social media guy. I really liked him, and I, for the life of me, could not find him. Like, we had We had 3 conversations. I know I don't know why I couldn't find him in my emails. It was like 2 years prior, by the way. And I was like, how do I find this guy? I really wanted to work with him. I remember making a mental note. I wanted to work with him. I didn't write it down. I couldn't find him. I hired somebody else. So I would like to say that I have this like great system for doing this. So confession, I really don't. I can be guilty of sporadic outreach. That's why I need to systematize it. If I don't have it totally systematized, then it does not work. So I have my virtual assistants help me with this now. So we have a whole process. We have a whole sales outreach. We know the parts that I play. We know the parts that they step in. They've got my back so that I know like I can go off and I can speak at a conference and I can go back to my room at night and send Loom videos, this person that, and my virtual assistants will follow up and they will keep consistent. We use HubSpot for our CRM, our contact management system, and what is the CRM? Client relationship management, I think. But anyway, we use that so that everybody has one source of truth so that we constantly know where we are with every single prospect, every single lead. And along the same lines, when my salespeople are talking to prospects, they can use me too to loop me in. So sometimes we might be working with a prospect. My salesperson's talked to them a couple of times, 3 times, maybe the person hasn't replied. Then they'll assign me a task. I might send a quick text, hey, it's Diane. Has the team taken care of you? That usually gets them to then reply to the team. So what I do is I rely heavily on my virtual assistants to help me to create these systems to keep people warm, because nurturing, when you're looking at sales, there's attract, nurture, and close. So you want to look at all of those, and we're talking about the nurturing part here. Nurturing leads is so absolutely just so essential. Otherwise, you're just leaving a ton of money on the table. Okay, so some things to stop doing that basically are ghosting your prospects. Stop sending cold email spam messages with zero context. This is my favorite, stop ghosting people who replied once but didn't buy right away. Oh my gosh, like that will drive me crazy. But I'll say to people, hey, so what have you done? They'll be like, I reached out. What do you mean? Or they'll be like, I sent an email outreach and no one replied. Like they send it once, like it's always like, I just sent it once. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it can take so many times. But when you're doing this, like you will get people that close quickly, and then you're putting all of these people in your pipeline that they can close within months, maybe even years. It's totally worth it. You cannot, like when you're doing this work, there's no substitute. And like 3 years later, you're going to be so stoked that you have this whole database and all of these conversations that you started. And all of these conversations also, do not waste them by letting them just fly away. Make sure to keep them all nurtured. Another thing to stop doing is just stop posting, but then never messaging. Okay, if you're just posting, but you're not really like getting to people, I have my virtual assistants also help me with replies and making sure that we stay engaged with people. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to do this all myself. I mean, sometimes you can have, like I was working with an agency who had a totally viral post, but then there were really not a lot of leads from it because what leads they got, they didn't follow up on because they didn't have a system and they didn't engage. They didn't engage and then they didn't nurture. So we have like totally, like when I do a speaking engagement, if you've ever signed up for my speaking engagements, you'll probably get a message beforehand asking you if there's specific things that you'd like to get out of the talk. Then we're going to follow up after the talk, and then we're going to see if it's okay to put you on our email list so that you're always part of our nurturing sequence. We also have lists of engaged, people to engage with on LinkedIn. So all these kinds of things to try to make sure that we are engaging with our prospects on a regular basis. If you need help with any of this and you need a virtual assistant who actually already knows this stuff, then let us know. You can follow up and meet our A team. And so just to recap, consistency over complexity. You want to keep it simple. A simple system beats a system you never use. Okay, so if you're like thinking you're almost at that point of putting together the system or building software or whatever, keep it simple. Please keep it simple. And let us know if you want to talk to somebody who already knows how to do this. They're locked and loaded. So anyway, and just one bonus question that I get is, how do I follow up without sounding desperate? Just do it. Just follow up. And you can ask, so one of the questions I like to ask is, hey, is this still a priority for you? Just talk in a way that doesn't sound desperate. Say it out loud. when you're going to message, say it out loud, hear how it sounds. Okay, and just remember, consistency is not desperation; it's reliability. You want to show people how you're going to stand, how you're going to show up, and that you're going to be reliable. So anyway, I'm Diane Prince. Please like this video. Reach out to us if you need any help, and let us know other things that you want to hear about. Talk to you guys later.